Hello and welcome back to another video on the F1 Journal and to the Abu Dhabi GP qualifying review, where Max Verstappen shocked Mercedes for the pole at F1's finale. Max Verstappen finally seized his first pole of 2020 at the final attempt to beat Valtteri Bottas and the returning Lewis Hamilton in a rare defeat for Mercedes. An unexpectedly close draw between Mercedes and Red Bull at the end of the season, in which the former had dominated. Hamilton and then Bottas each took provisional pole in their final laps, but Verstappen beat them both by fractions of a second via an exceptional final effort. The Dutchman, who has been on pole twice before in 118 races, uncorked the last lap of a 1:35.2 to pit Bottas by 0.025 and third place Hamilton by 0.086. I think that will be a bit of a shock to Mercedes, said Martin Brundle on Sky. Their only non-Mercedes power pole of the year, the first time they haven't been on pole in Yas Marina in the hybrid era. A very happy Verstappen said, "The whole season's been a bit frustrating, but we are getting closer and we are very pleased with today." Lando Norris, meanwhile, produced a standout performance of his own to take fourth on the grid on a big day for McLaren and their hopes of beating Racing Point in Renault into third in the Constructors' Championship. Carlos Sainz was sixth in his sister car, with Norris securing overall qualifying honours 9-8 over his Ferrari-bound teammate for both 2020 and their 2 years together. 2/10 off pole is a big achievement, said Norris. Racing Point last week, shock winners, who will hold their third from McLaren by 10 points in the standings, will start with Lance Stroll in 8th and Sergio Perez in the back row due to engine issues. But Renault suffered a setback in qualifying, with both their cars being knocked out in Q2. Charles Leclerc got free place grid penalty, however, so Ocon will start in the top 10. Ricciardo will go from 11th. Red Bull's Alex Albon have been in contention for the first bit of qualifying, but slipped behind Norris to 5th. But at the sister team, Daniel Kvyat kept his late season momentum going by outpacing Pierre Gasly. Kvyat will start 9th and Gasly will start from 9th as Kvyat will start from 7th. Come on, Louis. What a fairy tale finish to Ferrari's career for Sebastian Vettel is unlikely. He qualified in 13th to make it even more unlikely ahead of his move to Racing Point next year. Positions have been few and far between for Red Bull since Mercedes took over in 2014, and Verstappen's unexpected one here ended a run of 17 races without a Saturday P1 for both team and driver. Although Verstappen had comfortably topped the practice-free session, that was unrepresentative in warmer daylight conditions ahead of Saturday evening's twilight qualifying hour, with Mercedes seemingly keeping performance back in their W11. Hamilton and Bottas finished first and second respectively in both Q1 and Q2, with Verstappen seemingly not having quite enough to be a pole factor. But that all changed in Q3 when Verstappen split Bottas and Hamilton in the first runs. Very happy with that. It was quite tricky qualifying. There are so many corners where you can make a mistake, but luckily everything came together, said Verstappen. It's a long session for everyone, with a lot of races in a row. I think this was a good final qualifying in the team for that, and we are happy with that. For Hamilton, back in action at this weekend's Sakir GP, having missed last week's one after testing positive for coronavirus, of course. He finished third. It's definitely been a difficult weekend, said Hamilton. Just getting back into the rhythm, said the 7-time champion. Even though it's only a couple of weeks, it feels like you'd lose that momentum. I've really struggled with the momentum and the balance this year. But I still gave it my all. Congratulations to Max. It's a great way for him to seal a year of great performance. It's always nice to finish first, and that will be my goal tomorrow. And before I go, here were the final standings. Max Verstappen on pole. What a job from him. Just totally outdriving that car. Bottas in second. Just unlucky. You would expect him to beat him, but still beating Hamilton, who I know he's had corona. Maybe would take him a bit longer to get back to full fitness. You can't really blame him. Norris fourth, what an effort. Albon in fifth, he was closer, but still behind the McLaren. It's just not clicking. Sainz in sixth, he'll be disappointed to be 3/10 of his teammate, but still a great drive. Kvyat, it's so sad that all his form has come in late season, because he's been outstanding recently, but will probably be replaced by Yuki Tsunoda. Stroll in eighth. I think he'll be fairly happy with that. Racing Point just didn't have great pace today. Leclerc in 9th. Yeah, probably the maximum the Ferrari could achieve. Gasly will be disappointed to out-qualify by Kvyat, but still to get into Q3 is good. Renault just didn't have the pace. It looked like a good pace in P3, but clearly not to be. Vettel 13th and Giovinazzi 14th. Really didn't have the pace. Raikkonen in 16th, ahead of the Haas. I think that's the best they could have expected. And then the Williams just didn't really have the pace. And then, of course, you got Pietro Fittipaldi. Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. Remember to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily F1 news. And subscribe to my other channels on the screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.